All right, Bobcat fans, we are here, opening drive, head football coach Josh Strickland. This segment sponsored by Roof Masters and your local Hallsville Sonic. Coach Strickland, man, coming off of last week, dogfight, Texas High, going into halftime, sitting up in the booth calling that game, Coach, thinking, man, I don't know what team we're about to get. And the second half comes out, and I don't know if I could have been more proud of that. It didn't come out with a win, and we've talked in the past, no moral victories. Yeah. But I'm sorry, I couldn't have been more proud of that Bobcat team. Tell me a little bit about Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, we went into that game, and there was some stuff floating around here on Friday about, hey, the coaches told the guys that we're just going to go out there and have fun. I was like, we had a team meeting and team dinner in here. So first of all, let me address something. We're not going in this game to have fun. Like, we're going in this game to win like we do every week. And I'm not having fun unless we're playing well and we're winning games. And so if you can have fun and not win, then you're probably in it, you're playing the wrong situation. So we had our team meeting. We went into it. And I felt a good vibe all night about what the guys were doing, how focused they were, pregame all the way through, locker room before the game, me talking to the guys, and we came out and I won the toss. I wanted the ball, and first play was 60-something yards. We drove down there, ended up having to kick a field goal. The defensive part of it all night, those guys, the goal for those guys was to corral their dudes that can run and not let them get in space, and we pretty much did that all except for one play. And but I mean, I was proud of the guys. Like you said, halftime, it's we're sitting there and we have two decisions we can make. We can come out and be flat, or we can keep fighting. And Coach Stanford after the game, he goes, "Man, when it was 30-10, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was over. I thought, and I saw something in the newspaper that he had said in his little article." And it's 30-10. We score 3 and out. We score 3 and out and get the ball. We have the ball third down. They're like 8-yard line, down 6 in the fourth quarter. And so, man, the guys did a great job. I was proud of them.
So you talked about halftime, Coach.
Yeah.
30-10. You go into halftime. What's said in a halftime game like that, man? For those of us that love to be around the sport but haven't been in that locker room since they played, how do you get a bunch of teenage guys to respond in that situation?
So the pregame speech, the T-High Tiger. So I kind of looked up, all right, what's the weakness of a tiger? Okay. Number one is they're solitary animals, so they don't have others to help them if they can't hunt. And number two is their endurance. Like, if you fight them for long enough, you got the best chance to beat them. And so at halftime, that was the same thing. Hey, whatever the score is, we just got to keep fighting them, keep fighting them, keep fighting them. And we got momentum there for like those 3 series, and we made a ball game out of it.
And I'm going to tell you something else I saw, Coach, and I'd like you to address.
Yeah.
Watching special teams through the first couple games and watching how they've improved the last couple ones, man, the improvement there was substantially better.
Yeah.
Is that something y'all did any different in practice? Is that something that they're just picking up now? What you expect out of them? What was the change there in special teams?
We created a little bit more open competition in practice. I think the squib kick kind of helped us a little bit too.
Oh yeah.
But bottom line is, in practice, we've started putting coaches on the sideline when our kickoff team goes, and I want to know who the first one down is. And when you're on that kickoff team, it's all about who wants to get down there and make the play first. And so, man, the other night we were getting down there, and we were getting down there quick. I remember a couple times Callan Reed was just, he was flying down there, like may have been out of control once. I'll take that though. Like he was hauling the mail down there, and that's what we got to have every time.
Coming into this White House game, what does White House do well, and Coach, how we approach it, and tell me a little bit of outlook on what you expect for your kids during this White House game.
White House, if you look at the scores, they've struggled a little bit offensively. However, you look at their yardage, and they've kind of shot themselves in the foot in the red zone a little bit. They can move the ball a little bit. Defensively, they play pretty well. They're sound. They're never out of position. From what I've seen, they're a defense that's going to be in the right place, and so they're going to make you execute a drive in order to get points. So that's what you can expect to see from those guys.
You know, when we think about White House, and it's weird how times have changed. You know, back when we were in school, White House wasn't anything you feared, but here recently, White House has been a powerhouse in football.
Yeah, White House is good.
And going into their stadium, I can promise you, their fans are going to come at it as if they're still a powerhouse. And are your boys ready to go to that opposing stadium and prepared for a situation like that?
Yeah, I think they are. You know, we need the team that came out on the road, you know, that first time, our first game of the year. And we need that team to show up on the road. And I think they're ready. I think they understood from the response we had from not playing well against Jacksonville to playing a lot better versus T-High, you know, what team can get the job done. And it's not the team that played against Jacksonville. It's the team that played against T-High. We play like that, we have a really, really good shot. You know, their coach is a new coach just like I am. He got here late March. Coach Westerberg, him and his dad, Tom was the head coach at Barbers Hill. They were at Allen forever. They coached Kyler Murray. So, I mean, they know what they're doing. They do a good job.
You know, and last question that I'll ask, Coach, is, again, Friday night, you got your boys ready. Tell me a couple of your standout players that you're expecting big games from.
This next week?
Yep.
You know, it always starts with number one. We get a good game from number one, and we open up a lot of things.
Right.
But we all know number one doesn't get going until those guys up front get the job done. You know, I'm going to put it on the defense. You know, those guys in the middle, you know, Landon Schwint, DJ Dunn, those guys, we need big games from them this week.
Without a doubt, Coach. Hey, thank you for joining us. Thank you. This has been the opening drive, guys. We will see y'all next time.